How much does a Honda H22 block attached to a 5-speed transmission weigh? Approximately.
All right, with the block and a 5-speed manual transmission together, you're roughly in the 425 to 475 pound range.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Stay safe moving it, and if you have any more Honda questions, just holler.
Hey there, little fella. Quick Prelude update. Not a whole lot to report. We got the H23 put back together and sealed up, and I just got to tidy up a few more odds and ends before we get it back in the car. I realized I had arrived in my Unk arc a while back when I was in a group chat with a bunch of dudes, and one guy in his early 20s asked me, "What's it like to be old?" And it wasn't in a hurtful or mean-spirited way. He seemed genuinely inquisitive. For context, I'm 41, and I remember that sounds old when you're in your 20s, so yeah, I'm not exactly old, but I would venture to say that I'm comparatively high mileage for someone my age. I've seen some shit. We are all born into a system of never-ending levels. We all start out the same way, we don't know anything, so we see the grown-ups as these infallible, all-knowing deities. So we follow their instructions, do what they tell us to do, and then they let us move on to the next level. And all the while, it's implied that there's some destination, some grand finale that we're finally going to arrive at to claim our prize, be it adulthood, success, happiness, whatever. We're on our way to reach that place. But that's the trick. It never stops. From birth to the grave, it's all an elaborate system of carrots and sticks to keep us moving and striving. Whether that's school, work, that promotion, or retirement, by the time you realize you've actually arrived at this place your previous self was aiming at, you're left feeling a bit scammed, hoodwinked, bamboozled, if you will, because it doesn't feel like you thought it would, and so now you're off chasing that next thing. By the time you get old like me, you've likely already figured out the pattern to this game. Sometimes earlier, sometimes later, although some people never can seem to figure it out. But you understand that that next thing won't make you happy. In fact, you'll never be happy until you make a conscious choice to be happy. You'll never be content until you choose contentment. At this point, you've also learned that many of these grown-ups you thought had it all figured out actually don't, and that some are outright full of shit. But most of them were probably trying their best and just teaching you the same stuff they had to learn for their time and place. And then one day you'll find yourself looking around the room to find the person in charge, until suddenly you realize it's you. You're the grown-up, and now people are looking to you to help make sense of everything. But you don't really want to be in charge because you know deep down that a lot of the stuff that everyone else told them was really important is actually kind of bullshit, and you're not sure how to break it to them. There's more to it than that, but for a 3-minute video, that's a good start for what it feels like to be old. See you next time.